There's a habit you're probably doing right now while you're watching this that's slowly changing the shape of your face. I'm not talking about aging. I'm not talking about genetics. I'm talking about 12 things you do every day that are quietly making you look worse. Tired eyes, dull skin, lines that shouldn't be there yet. Most people blame getting older, but you're not aging faster than you should be. You're accumulating damage from habits you don't even know you have. We're starting with the one that's probably affecting you right now. I had a job in my mid-20s that I hated. Not dramatically hated, just this low hum of dread every Sunday night, this constant weight I carried around from Monday to Friday. I started noticing forehead lines, deep ones for someone my age. I figured it was genetics. My dad has them, his dad had them, so I wrote it off. Then I left that job, and within a few months people started telling me I looked different, more rested, younger somehow. The lines didn't disappear, but they softened. My skin cleared up. Even the way I held my face changed. Less tension in my jaw, less tightness around my eyes. I wasn't doing anything new for my skin. I just wasn't miserable anymore. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's something you wear. It shows up as breakouts, puffiness, tension lines on your forehead, tightness in your jaw. Your skin looks tired even when you've slept. And the cruel part is that you notice your skin getting worse, which stresses you out more, which makes it worse again, a cycle that feeds itself. Your mental state is physically reshaping you. Most people never make that connection. They just think they're aging. And stress messes with your sleep, which brings us to something worse. You know that look some people have? Dark circles, puffy eyes, skin that just looks dull and lifeless, even when they swear they feel fine. That's not from one bad night. That's what it looks like when your face stops getting the repair time it needs night after night for months. Those dark circles under your eyes aren't really about color. They're about the skin getting thinner until you can see what's underneath it. The puffiness is your body holding onto fluid it shouldn't be. I used to think I could catch up on weekends. Stay up late all week, sleep in on Saturday. It doesn't work that way. Your body keeps a log of every night you shortchanged it. Your face is the printout. The fix isn't complicated, but it means actually treating sleep like it matters. For how you look, it probably matters more than anything you could buy at a store. If you're watching this on a phone, look at the angle of your head right now. Most of us spend hours a day with our chin tucked toward our chest, staring down at a screen. That position creates horizontal lines across your throat, not wrinkles from age, but compression lines from posture. They can become permanent. It goes deeper than your neck. Spend enough time with your head tilted forward, and you're compressing everything under your jawline. Over months and years, it can give you the appearance of a double chin. Slouching also reduces circulation to your face, which is part of why your skin can look flat and tired by the end of a workday. 3 hours a day looking down, 4, 6. Multiply that by years. I started holding my phone at eye level. Felt ridiculous at first. Then I thought about what thousands of hours in the wrong position does to a face, and feeling silly for a few weeks seemed like a fair trade. The position you hold most often is the position your face learns to keep. This one is going to hurt because I know how much you love hot showers. I did too. Hot water strips away the natural oils on your skin, not just moisture, but the protective layer that keeps everything balanced. Do that every day, and your skin either overcompensates by producing too much oil, which causes breakouts, or it just gives up, leaving you with that tight, dry feeling where fine lines are more visible. I'm not going to tell you to take cold showers. Lukewarm makes a real difference, though. It's one of those things where the thing you do to relax might be one of the things quietly irritating your skin the most. Every time you scroll through social media, you're looking at faces. Filtered, edited, shot in professional lighting, chosen from hundreds of attempts. Your brain doesn't process them as fake. It files them as normal. Then it looks at you in comparison. That constant low-grade feeling that something is wrong with you, that you don't quite measure up, that's not harmless. It creates a stress response in your body, and we already talked about what stress does to your face. So social media isn't just making you feel worse about how you look. It's making the feeling worse visible. The comparison creates stress. The stress creates physical changes. The physical changes give you something new to compare unfavorably. Another cycle. I didn't delete my apps. I just started noticing when scrolling was making me feel bad and asking myself why I was still doing it. Your mental habits show up on your face eventually. The anxiety, the constant measuring, it all leaves marks. Check your jaw right now. Is it clenched? Are your teeth pressing together? There's probably tension in your face you didn't notice until I mentioned it. Most people carry stress in their jaw without realizing it. Over time, that constant clenching actually changes the shape of your face. The muscles on the sides of your jaw grow larger, making your lower face wider and more squared off. Some people want that look. Most don't realize they're creating it accidentally, especially people who grind their teeth at night. Mouth breathing affects your face too. When your mouth hangs open, your tongue sits in a different position, your jaw drops slightly, and over years it can shift things. Your chin, your cheekbones, the overall proportions of your face. It's more pronounced in kids, but adults aren't immune. I started paying attention to where my tongue rests, keeping it pressed lightly against the roof of my mouth, lips closed, breathing through my nose. Felt odd at first. These small adjustments add up though. Your face is shaped by the position you hold it in most often. The average person touches their face somewhere between 16 and 23 times per hour. That number surprised me. Then I started watching myself and realized it was probably low. Every touch transfers bacteria, oil, and whatever your fingers have been in contact with throughout the day. Your chin is the worst offender, resting it on your hand during meetings, while watching something, while scrolling. That constant pressure and contamination is a perfect setup for breakouts in the same spots, over and over. Then there's picking. When you're anxious or bored, your fingers find a bump and start working at it. That creates inflammation, spreads bacteria, and can leave permanent scarring. I became weirdly hyper-aware of this for about a week. Walking around, trying not to touch anything with my hands, this constant low-level vigilance. Eventually it flipped, and I just stopped touching my face as much without thinking about it. Every touch is a small transaction, and your skin is keeping track. How much water did you drink today? Not coffee, not tea, actual water. Most people are mildly dehydrated all the time and don't even realize it because they've felt that way for so long it just seems normal. Dehydrated skin loses elasticity. Fine lines look deeper, your complexion looks flat instead of alive. That healthy glow people talk about is largely just water making it to your skin cells. Sugar makes it worse. When you eat too much of it, the sugar molecules latch onto the proteins that keep your skin firm and flexible, making them stiff and brittle. You're essentially aging your skin from the inside every time you spike your blood sugar. Want to level up your people skills? Join our community on YouTube or on my Patreon for exclusive scripts, early access, and connection with people who get the social struggle. Links below. Let's master human interaction together. And the thing I keep coming back to, when you feel that afternoon energy crash and reach for something sweet, most of the time you're not hungry. You're thirsty. Your brain confuses the signals, so you eat sugar, spike your blood sugar, and end up still dehydrated. I started keeping water visible on my desk. Not in the kitchen, not across the room, right in front of me where I could see it. Simple, stupid, and it doubled how much I drank. I'm going to say 3 words. Be honest about whether you do them consistently. Every day, no exceptions. Sunscreen, flossing, moisturizing. I already know the answer for most of you because I was the same way. Sunscreen is the single most effective thing you can do for how your skin ages, and most people skip it entirely or only put it on at the beach. The damage is cumulative. Every day without it adds to a tab, your skin is going to present eventually. Sunspots, fine lines, texture changes. Flossing seems unrelated, but gum disease causes inflammation throughout your body, and inflammation shows up in your skin. Plus, gum recession changes your smile, and your smile is a big part of your face. Skip it long enough and your teeth start looking different too. Moisturizing maintains that protective barrier on your skin. When it's healthy, everything works better. When it's damaged, every other problem compounds. You'll spend $50 on a trendy serum while skipping sunscreen. That's like putting racing tires on a car with no engine. I know these aren't exciting. I know you've heard it before. You're still not doing them consistently, and everything else we've talked about matters less if you can't get these right. I'm not here to shame you about food. I want you to understand what happens between a stressful day and how you look the next morning. Sugar triggers inflammation and worsens breakouts. So the ice cream that made you feel better at 10 p.m. might be why you're breaking out by Friday. And the part I really want you to hear, The shame and guilt about eating that way is just more stress. More of the cycle that started the emotional eating in the first place. The answer isn't perfection. It's noticing the pattern without beating yourself up about it. Every cycle can be interrupted once you actually see it for what it is. Be gentle with yourself while being honest about the effects. Both things can be true at the same time. When was the last time you changed your pillowcase? If you have to think about it, your face has been pressing into days, maybe a week, of accumulated bacteria, oil, dead skin, and whatever hair products you use. You spend hours with your face against that surface every night. Whatever's on it transfers directly to your skin. That recurring acne on one side of your face? Check which side you sleep on. The position matters too. Sleeping on your side or stomach compresses your skin against the pillow for hours. Over time, those compression lines can become permanent. Cotton creates friction. Silk or satin lets your skin glide, which reduces both the bacterial transfer and the creasing. This is probably the easiest fix on the entire list. Change your pillowcase twice a week. Consider silk or satin. Try sleeping on your back if you can. You spend a third of your life in bed. Where your face rests during that time matters more than you'd think. So that's 12, and I'd bet most of them felt familiar. No single habit here is going to ruin your appearance overnight. Each one seems minor on its own. A night of bad sleep, a few hours looking at your phone, skipping sunscreen once. Stress disrupts sleep. Bad sleep makes you reach for sugar. Sugar triggers inflammation. Inflammation causes breakouts. Breakouts stress you out. Each habit quietly makes the others worse, and the damage accumulates so slowly you don't notice until you look at a photo from a few years ago and wonder what changed. That compound effect works the other direction too. Fix your sleep and you've got more willpower to handle stress. Handle stress better, and you stop reaching for junk food at midnight. Each positive change makes the next one a little easier. You don't have to fix all of this at once. That's overwhelming and nobody sustains it. Pick 2 or 3 that hit closest to home. Give it a couple weeks. Your skin responds faster than you'd expect once you stop actively working against it. You're not fighting your genetics. You're not fighting time. You're just fighting a bunch of tiny decisions you've been making on autopilot. And now you can see them. Learn something new? Hit that like button, share it with others, tap subscribe, and stick around for more. Got thoughts? I'd love to hear them in the comments.